What's good, everybody? It's your boy Robert, and I'm back with another video, and I'm here to give you 5 things that I love and 5 things that I kind of dislike about the OnePlus 8. Now, it doesn't because I dislike them. It's more like a wish list or things they could have possibly done to still keep this phone not being too close to the Pro, but making it actually better than what it is. So I got my notes right here. Let's go over them real quick with you guys, and let's talk about it right now. Revamp Customization. Now, the theming of this phone is excellent. The revamp, they gave it its own little section in the settings menu. It's easy to work with, easy to revamp. You can use your icons. There's really no need to add something like Nova Launcher or anything to this phone. This phone does everything that those launchers kind of do. There's a few features missing here and there, but for the most part, usually when I get a phone, one of the first things that I do is I pretty much go and add Nova Launcher on there to try to help smooth over the UI look of the phone, to customize it to the way I like it, because sometimes most of the standard UIs that come built in with the phones lack a lot of the features that I do like. But the OnePlus launcher, the customization, all of that is excellent in this phone, and I really haven't felt the need to download Nova Launcher. Number 2, 90 Hz refresh rate. Now, the 90 Hz refresh rate on this phone is really nice, butter smooth, up and down, smoothness everywhere. It works with the gaming. It is one of the best features on the phone. You can adjust it down to 60 Hz, but when you run it on 90, it makes the Android experience that much better. Number 3, changing the camera layout on the back. The 7T had pretty much the ugliest camera module on the phone. I do know there are other phones that like to use that circular module look, but I did not like it. It was one of the main reasons why I didn't pick up the OnePlus 7T. I pretty much like the up and down vertical look of the camera set up the way it is now from an aesthetic point of view. The number 4 thing I like is the Oxygen OS. By far the best version of Android. Google Pixel do have some features that I wish that OnePlus could adopt, like the live transcribe and the call screening that the Pixel phones has added to their skin. But for the overall feel, smoothness, look, customization, just the flow of it, to me, Oxygen OS on top of Android is probably the best version of Android that you can use. Number 5, the slimmer build of the phone. This phone is lighter, it has a nice candy bar feel. At first I didn't like it, I wasn't feeling it, but now I really am enjoying the actual feel of the phone, the actual way it's easy to work with. You can have one hand control much better than larger phones. I do like my Samsung phones, but it was difficult for one-handed usage with some of the Samsung phones. But with this phone, no problem, and it works perfectly with the gestures and what have you. So with that in mind, the build of the phone is a major reason why I've been enjoying this phone. Now, let's talk about the 5 things that I kind of don't like about the phone. Number 1, camera. That macro lens on this phone is a waste of time. I don't know why OnePlus did it. They would have been better off giving us a telephoto lens or something of that nature, but that macro lens is crap. It's pretty much a waste of time, and I think that's one of the reasons why this camera takes a hit. And also, along with that, the 4K 60 frames per second has a 5-minute time limit on it. If it's a reason why they put a 5-minute, maybe the phone heats up. I haven't really tested that or anything. If anybody else have noticed that, does your phone overheat? Do you have any problems when you take 4K at 60 frames per second? If I'm shooting a video, I have to keep that in mind, that I'm working on 5-minute intervals. So hopefully that's something that you would have to monitor if you were trying to shoot a video with this vlog or something of that nature. Number 2, no wireless charging. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there's a 30-watt wireless charging, but there are 15-watt wireless charging coils, 10-watt wireless charging coils. Something like that could have been placed in this phone. There's really no need to have not put some kind of wireless charging. It don't have to be the 30-watt one that's on the 8 Pro, but something of that nature, a lower wattage, would have been much appreciative. I hate that they stripped that out of the phone. To be honest with you, putting in a 15-watt wireless charging coil would not have raised the price that much in the overall scheme of things. Number 3, the 90 hertz that I love so much, it also hurts the battery. So at the same time, I wish they could at least put a bigger battery in this phone to help compensate for that. But at the same time, that's why you can downgrade it to 60 hertz to help save battery. But the 90 hertz, when it's running, it can really take a toll on the battery itself. So that's something you have to keep in mind, that you cannot run that 90 hertz at full speed all day, every day. It's nice to have, it's nice to use at certain times, during certain usage points, like when you're gaming. Turn that 90 hertz on, take advantage of it. But I think if you're just tooling around, doing everyday tasks, checking out social media, looking at Facebook, Instagram, you do not need the 90 hertz running in the background. You're going to lose a lot of screen on time. The 4th thing I don't like about this is the punch hole camera on the front. Now, if you're going to cheat this phone out of actually not having any wireless charging, and if you have the international version or the unlocked version of this phone and you don't have any type of IP rating, what was it that kept you from not putting the pop-up camera in there? It was a hot feature, made the phone unique. You had a full display without any type of distractions or what have you. Not to say that the hole punch is a distraction. You do get used to it after a while, but at the same time, there was nothing like that pop-up camera. You know, it was an eye catcher. It was one of the most unique things about the OnePlus 7 Pro, and it could have been a feature that actually made the 8 a hotter phone. But the number 5 thing I dislike about the OnePlus 8, the price. In America, they decided to hit us with an extra $100 on that. I don't know if it was for the IP rating that the carriers required. I don't know if it's to sell more 8s overseas and make the US more of a pro market. But at the same time, the price makes it it makes it a harder pill to swallow, unless you have some type of trade-in or something of that nature, or you're financing the phone at a much lower rate. It's already bad enough that people are pretty much upset that the 8 Pro is $1,000 phone. It's also a little offsetting that there's not a lot of variety when it comes to that. When it comes to picking what phone you want, what color you want, what storage you want, you know, OnePlus has pretty much, in a lot of ways, dictate what phone you're going to get based on the color and what market you're in, whether you're in the United States or you're overseas. So again, the pricing is very inconsistent with OnePlus and all over the place. But you know, being a YouTuber, we try phones out. We try to help you guys out ahead of time to make sure that you make a sound buying choice. But again, that pretty much does it for this video about the 5 things I like and 5 things I dislike about my OnePlus 8. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If this is your first time on the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have any things that you like or dislike that I didn't mention, leave that down below. I'd like to know what you think about the OnePlus 8. Other than that, I catch everybody in the next video. I'm out.